What up, homies and home it's your boy Tone 202. Now, I'm just going to make this video just to get a perspective of how aggressive these, hospitals and your doctors, your PPO, how aggressive they are about the coronavirus and you getting the vaccine. Okay, so I had a wellness checkup today, which they do annually. I hardly ever go to this doctor. It's my PPO. I usually go to veterans and get everything done. So I went in there to get the wellness checkup, and she asked me a bunch of regular questions, things like that. And then she started asking me about the flu shot. Have you got your flu shot? Have you got some other shots? I was like, no, I haven't gotten the flu shot this year. She asked me about another shot you get every 10 years. I said, no, I don't remember, getting that shot. She's like, you get it once when you're a kid and you get it, when you're older. I said, I don't remember getting that shot. And she's like, well, how about, coronavirus? And I was like, no, I'm not, I said, I'm not getting any shots, And she was like, why not? I said, because I don't know what's going on and I don't trust it, which is a legit answer. And, and I answered that way because of all the things that you're seeing on the internet, so she wanted to, she got a little, like she wanted to raise up a little bit. And she started talking to me like, she's like, well, and I started throwing out all these statistics, like, and all these possibilities. She said, well, it's people like you, who are not, helping the coronavirus, like, go away. And I got offended, like, people like me, like, what are you talking about? And I said, listen, 14% of black people, only 14% of black people trusted, these coronaviruses, the vaccine. And she's like, well, I never heard of that number. She figures since she's a doctor, she's smarter than everybody else about healthcare. But that's simply not true. You are a doctor, but it doesn't make you smarter than everybody else. And that doesn't make you more informed than everybody else about the whole of healthcare. This is why healthcare is so vast. There are so many different sections in healthcare. You can't possibly know everything. But this is the way she talks to me, and she did this before. But now she hit a nerve because, I was telling her, I said, listen, I'm black. I've been black all my life. I know more black people than you do. And I said, and we don't trust vaccines. And I said, listen, I'm going to tell you, you need to look up the Tuskegee experiment. And she was like, I have a bunch of black patients, and I love all my black patients, including you. And once she said that, I already knew. It's just like I have a bunch of black friends. You hear the people, oh, my friends are black, so that gives me an excuse to degrade you and talk to you a certain kind of way. Like, no, get the hell out of here, lady. I was like, listen, I'm about to walk the F up out of here. Like, I got mad. I'm about to walk up out of here, And plus she had her little assistant listening on the other line, which I really didn't care about. But she had touched so many nerves because I'm like, I said, you're trying to convince me to take something I don't want to take. And it's like no means no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel comfortable taking a vaccine. And I told her, I said, how are you going to have a vaccine that's been developed in 6 months? I said, when we got vaccines, when we got stuff out there that there's no vaccine for. There's no vaccine for the common cold. Herpes and a bunch of other viruses that are sitting in. There's only medicine for the symptoms. There's no vaccine for those. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that's curing you. And I was like, and you got to take more than one dose. You got to take it twice. And she's like, we're trying to get, she said, we're trying to get 70% of America to take the vaccine. And if you don't take it, she told me that she said, you could, you're a healthy person, no doubt if you get it, then you can survive it. But if you, get around somebody, you can give it to them and there's 2% that they can get it and, start throwing out these numbers. And I was like, that's the death. the death rate is 2%. I was like, okay, fine, death rate is 2%. But then she said, you can get around somebody older and they could die from it. And I was just like, you're putting out all these ifs out there as if people who are older aren't surviving it, which that is not true. And she's like, you know how many people I know who have died recently of COVID-19? And, I'm just listening to this lady like, you're still trying to convince me to take something that I do not want to take. And I'm telling you a legit reason why. It's not because I'm just because I'm black, which is, a good reason there, because of Tuskegee experiments. And I was like, look at what they did with the AIDS virus. I was like, look at that. They gave that to us. Like, I'm telling her all these things on why a bunch of people, especially black people, are afraid of this concoction that you just made in 6 months. We're afraid of it because we know how she's like, most African Americans are dead from. I said, that's because we live in heavily populated areas. Like, we're not stupid. We know what's going on. We know that you guys been giving us this stuff and been killing us off in every kind of way and been using us as test dummies and all this other kind of stuff. Like, get out of here. I tried to tell this lady, like, I'm informed. I was like, listen, I have a degree. I'm not stupid. I have a degree in healthcare administration. She said, but you don't know the science. Like you don't know how it spread. And that's just the point right there. She thinks that, like you're ignorant and she's some kind of above you because she's the doctor. And this made me just I had to leave. I had to leave. I put my clothes on and I was like, I'm getting the F out of here because, and I don't usually talk that way, but this lady was talking crazy to me and I was just like, listen, I'm not for your nonsense. You know what I'm saying? If some man came on to you and you told him no and he still kept trying to, you get pissed. That's the way I felt. And, I'm like, no, I don't want to take it. That should have been the end of it. Now you can educate me about the virus. Now, she'd have been like, okay, well, let me just tell you some things about, COVID and the virus and the vaccine and what it's doing in the community. And I would have been more than happy to listen to it. But no, you start yelling at me and start telling me that I'm going to kill people. This is what this woman did. She started telling me that I'm going to kill people. And it's people like me who are the reason why other people are dying out there. No, it's not people like me. For one, I live alone. For two, I wear a mask. All right? And for three, I'm not around any older person. 4, I try to stay healthy. Okay? So you're looking at somebody who's doing as much as they can to prevent the spread of COVID as possible. You're not looking at somebody who's an anti-masker, who's not washing her hands, who's coughing on people, who has a whole house full of family members, including old people. No, I can understand that if I was that guy. If I had, parents and grandparents, at the crib, then I would be more, cautious of it. Like, okay, I feel you. Or if I worked around a bunch of older people, or if I'm constantly around a bunch of old people, put myself in putting them at risk. No, that's not what I'm doing. That's not who I am. I'm by myself the majority of the time. Sometimes I don't even leave the house. There is nobody at risk running around with me. That's just that. I wear a mask. I don't come in contact with a lot of people. And if I'm around anyone, it's outside. Like, no, you're not going to put that guilt trip on me and try to say it's people like me is the reason why. No, it's people like you crazies who won't wear a mask, who don't believe that COVID is real until they start dying from it. No, this people like them. It's not people like me. You know what I'm saying? So don't let these doctors or any healthcare professional try to guilt trip you in to thinking that you have to do something that you don't want to do. If you don't feel safe taking a vaccine, listen, they are people that go into the hospital for one thing, and they're just giving them these, just shooting them up with stuff. Like the one pregnant woman, she was like, I do not want you to stick that needle into me. And the police held her down and stuck a needle into her. No, I'm not. You're not putting nothing in me that I don't want to put in me. And if they try it, then they got a fight on their hands. I'm swinging for the fence. I'm not playing with none of these people. And that's just that, and that's just how you should feel. If they want to educate you, then they should educate you. 100%. If they bring up some real numbers, some real statistics, and if your family members are in real danger of getting COVID and of dying from it, like I said, it's only 2%, but it's enough, and of dying from it, then yeah, then you should consider it. But that is not my lifestyle. That is not my case, and that's just it, and that's all. And right now, I don't feel comfortable taking some concoction you made in 6 months when I can catch the common cold, or I got the common cold. Everyone has it, and I still got. All you doing is giving me cures for symptoms. Cure the common cold, okay? Cure hepatitis. All right. Go and cure those things. Where's the vaccine for those? You don't have one. So get a vaccine for those, and then I might be like, okay, CV is, get a vaccine for that. Not to mention, we're not even sure if this vaccine is stopping people from the coronavirus. And thirdly, there is another strand of coronavirus that is already out and already is doing this thing, and it's worse than the one that's already out. It's like COVID-20. Like, get out of here with that. I'm out.